Punk Revolution now! Hey everybody, today we're going to be reviewing ECCO2K's debut album, E. For those of you unfamiliar with ECCO2K, he is a member of Drain Gang, which is a hip-hop collective from Sweden that is on the Year One record label featuring BLADEE and Thai Boy Digital, same record label as Young Lean. For those of you unfamiliar with these names, these are basically people who have had a massive impact on hip-hop in the past decade with their cloud rap that's kind of tinge of emotion in there, a little bit of trap influence, a little bit of experimental R&B influence, drug-fueled experimental cloud rap hip-hop. Pretty cool stuff from Sweden. So this is ECCO2K's debut album as a solo project, a much-awaited album. Let's start by taking a look at the album cover! I cannot believe this guy named his freaking album the letter E. That is so artsy to name your freaking album title only one letter. That is brilliant! Maybe he did it because it's the first letter of his name. Maybe he did it because it's a reference. It could be a reference to ecstasy. I don't really know. It might be a reference to ecstasy. That's my guess. If it's not, regardless, the fact stands that there's a lot of drug use in this album lyrically. And that's pretty expected from a Drain Gang release. But what we're hearing here lyrically is actually the darker side of drug use, which is addiction. And ECCO2K's struggle with addiction, one part of him feels fantastic because he's high, another part of him feels terrible because his life is falling apart. It's a contradicting, kind of clashing feeling, which is really captivating to listen to, very honest. I really appreciate ECCO2K's honesty throughout this album. It kind of makes you kind of emotionally connect to ECCO2K, which is fantastic, of course. And on top of the clashing between him enjoying his drug use and him struggling with addiction, musically kind of something similar is happening here too, which is we're listening to cloud rap, which is a genre which is typically very enjoyable to listen to while on drugs, so it's freaking like drug music colliding with the lyrics about drug addiction. It's kind of ironic, very clever, very cool. Not the first time I've heard this before. I think Danny Brown's album XXX did something similar, but this is sort of a Drain Gang take on that theme, and it's very clever, very smart, and makes the music, frankly, really fucking cool to listen to. So those are the lyrics. That's ECCO2K, and that's kind of his thing going on. Now musically what's going on in this album, this is going to be a little bit more of the gentle side of what we've heard from Drain Gang. It's going to be more ambient. There's going to be less percussion. It's going to be more focused on synths that are very airy and light and gentle and beautiful, very ambient and very melodic. The synths kind of come together to create some very pleasant melodies, and you couple these synths with the vocal delivery of ECCO2K, which is very androgynous, very emotional, and also very melodic. It almost kind of comes together to feel like a sort of experimental ambient synth pop album, which is really fucking cool. It's still fundamentally cloud rap, it's still hip hop, but it comes together as something very gentle and very easy to listen to from start to finish, very airy, very soft and emotional. So you kind of get soaked into this beautiful atmosphere of the synths and ECCO2K's gentle vocals, and you kind of just follow along to ECCO2K's lyrics about his life falling apart and him being fragile and emotional and doing drugs. It is a very nice experience. It's a very nice album. It's kind of a really nice formula that comes together very nicely. So I do enjoy this album for sure. But I will say it's very one-dimensional. If you listen to one song on this album, you've pretty much listened to all of them, because what I've described pretty much applies to every single song on this album. There are some mild experiments, like on the song CC, but overall, it plays it pretty safe, which is fine because it's nice. But fortunately, this album is only 30 minutes long, because if it was 40 minutes long or longer, I would certainly get really tired of it near the end of it. So, pretty cool. I'm giving it a 7.3. Nice job, ECCO2K, with your album named E. I'm gonna freaking put an E in my name. Punk Revolution now! What the fuck? Punk Revolution now.